Good morning. Welcome to Community Voice. I'm your host, Keith Parris.
In there.
Michelle said, "What do you say? 6 degrees of separation, huh?" Who was the Kevin Bacon? What is that? The seem like everybody's connected to Kevin Bacon some kind of way. So it's kind of way. But if you grew up in Milwaukee, you know we's all connected. Good morning, Debo.
Top of the morning, sir.
Good morning, Jermaine.
Good morning there, sir.
What up, Clark? Hey, welcome back, and of course, my distinguished colleague, Miss C. Michelle Bryant.
What's happening, bro? How you doing this morning?
Oh man, she tried to act like she know how to act. All right, let me do a couple of things. Yesterday, and I didn't get a chance to announce it, so let me thank one of our listeners, Sister Teresa. She asked me to do a graveside committal and burial for brother Michael G. Smith. Came home and so we're there. I got a chance to meet her family there at the gravesite, and y'all, they are still burying people in Union Cemetery.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Union Cemetery.
right up there to Titonia.
The one that don't have no fence around it.
Right.
Yeah.
That people be cutting through.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, look, that cut through. I cut through there when I was 12, 13, 14. Hell, older than that. Because I used to live on 5th Street. We practiced football at our avenue. So to get home, the quickest way was to go through Union Cemetery.
I won't be taking the quickest way these days.
Yeah, but I'm saying then, and then I get a chance, because you stay with your boys as long as you can.
Oh, well, I guess that'd be cool because Clark live in Union Cemetery.
Okay.
He live in it.
Yeah. That's his backyard.
Hey, Clark. So when you was living there, it was the light bulb head man there. Were you living in it? Oh, well, that was all part of going through during football season because it gets dark earlier, right? And so you go through, and kids are superstitious, man. All year it was light bulb head man.
When you look out your back window, you ever seen the light bulb head man?
No, man, no light bulb head, man.
Well, let me ask this question though: would you want to live next door to a cemetery?
No.
Well, let's put it this way.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. Clark took me to show me his barbecue grill, and there's his yard, and there's the cemetery, right out his back door.
So, if it was a historical cemetery with a whole bunch of black people buried there, that was like
Forest Home.
Yeah, I live next to that.
Or now Graceland.
The history is amazing to me.
Yeah.
I live next to
But Forest Home is when you talk about
a well kept cemetery.
Historical and the impact that it had. When Reverend Dr. E.M. Kelly was buried, he was buried at Forest Home, and we were trying to remember Evergreen. That was the name of that cemetery.
We just said that yesterday.
Yeah, but we didn't
Evergreen.
know it was Evergreen. We called it but it was Evergreen.
It was Evergreen, then it was Burr Oaks or something. Glen Oaks.
And so I was always used to people being buried at Evergreen.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we went over for Dr. Kelly's funeral, his interment, it was explained to me that Forest Home Cemetery was the only cemetery that would bury black people back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Forest Home,
27th.
Yeah, 27th over there, Cleveland. Yeah, on the south side.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. And then you go in there, and I know when Grace Fuhrer was on from Doors Open, they talked about the Paps are buried there. I think Elines are buried there. So historically, that is like that one is. Oh yes, yeah.
It's pretty huge. Yeah.
Yep. So, and I kind of, when I go to Washington, I try to get to Arlington. I just love going to Arlington National Cemetery, but cemeteries are just that. So again, thank you, Teresa, for allowing me to do that. It's and like I said, her family was there to provide support, so we were able to do that. I didn't get a chance to announce it on the air yesterday. It got a little crazy, got away from us as it always does. Let me do also a cleanup. A couple cleanup on 4, 5, 6 on aisle 5. Yesterday, I asked Congresswoman Moore, or we were talking about the medical assistance program. Republicans, one of their talking points is that Dems are trying to give health care, federal health care benefits to undocumented immigrants. That's true and false. There is something called the emergency, what is called emergency Medicaid. It provides coverage for severe life-threatening conditions, labor and delivery, and traumatic injuries for individuals who would otherwise be eligible for Medicaid, but do not have the required immigration status. When you apply for public assistance programs, there's two categories, right? There's the financial and then non-financial. I can be real simplistic. For Medicaid, a child is non-financially eligible just because a child is a child. A disabled individual is eligible non-financially because they're disabled, right? An elderly individual is eligible because they're elderly. That's non-financial. And then you have the financial piece where there are 150% of poverty, 200% of poverty, depending on the program and what they're doing, which allows. So it can be a higher income. I was working for income maintenance when this was done in 1996. It was part of that whole welfare reform bill that basically created TANF and got rid of AFDC, did some other things, put child support on steroids, whole lot that happened. But this whole emergency assistance. I worked on the South Side. And because I worked on the South Side, we had more undocumented immigrants. We have far more today than we did then. And so we would have to process applications for emergency assistance. Primarily the ones that I saw was the one for women delivery, right? Because there was this whole thing about pain. And so yes, a pregnant woman who's about to deliver, and then I think she gets postpartum care, would be eligible for emergency assistance. Now in states, I understand California and others, they might pay or provide some level of health coverage for undocumented, but on a federal level, which the shutdown is on a federal level, that's it. Also, I had, and let me thank my colleague Michelle Bryant for this. Yesterday, we were talking about ACA, and another Republican talking point was people who were making over $600,000 were eligible for ACA subsidies. So let me read it. And I know this is just coming from the act itself. Okay. So here's the answer to the $600,000 question. Original ACA rules, initially premium tax credits were capped for households with incomes up to 400% of the federal poverty level. In 2025, that would be about $62,000 for a single person or $128,000 for a family of four. Enhanced subsidies removed the income cap. The American Rescue Plan Act of 2021 and the Inflation Reduction Act temporarily eliminated the income caps, extending the enhanced subsidies through 2025. This is what the Dems are fighting about now. They want to see this extended. What you're hearing Republicans say is that this was a COVID era kind of thing. We don't need to pay for it now because we're not dealing with COVID. Instead of an income limit, the law capped the amount people must pay for the benchmark plan at 8.5% of their household income. High earners could theoretically qualify. An individual making $600,000 would only qualify for a subsidy if their benchmark plan premiums exceeded $51,000 annually, or 8.5% of their income. While this is technically possible, experts know it's highly unlikely to occur in practice. The examples most affected temporarily changed are older middle income earners who live in areas with expensive health care and would have been just over the original 400% of poverty limit. So thank you, Michelle, for that. As we were sitting there having this discussion. And then also, thank you again, Michelle. Boy, I feel like I have a great producer. Thank you for also giving, and I read the quote that Margaret Taylor Greene said why she would like to see these subsidies extended, because it impacted her two adult children where their healthcare premiums would double. My wife asked me, so if her kids weren't affected, would she still be supportive? That's a fair question. But when it hits you, and that's the thing about
And the
government.
region she represents.
Oh man,
I mean,
they just showed the red. It's and the people who are the primary beneficiaries of the Affordable Care Act are in deep red states. You remember? I don't know if you remember this argument you and I had at WGOB when I first met you. And I remember I said to you, I said that once you give an American a benefit, it's hard to take it back.
I remember you saying that. What did I argue? Did I not agree?
If I say yeah, you say nay. You know how that
Oh,
works. You
it's
know,
like that.
yeah. If I say up, you say down. But I like the way you handle it. I'm gonna push back on that a little bit.
See, now what you say is how you say
I'm
it.
gonna push back
That,
on
that
that.
good home training and manners that I have.
That howsomever moment that black people have. I hear what you're saying, but howsomever.
Lena would always, with all due respect, and then just smash you. And I'm like, well, why say with respect then? Why even say with respect? Because she would smash you, man. And as soon as you heard,
Don't take this personally.
yeah,
Your mama.
right. As soon as you heard Lena say, with all due respect,
It's coming.
you knew
It's
you get
coming.
ready to get blazed.
It's
So ain't they what they call the sandwich approach?
What's that?
With that right there, like it's the layer of, like you tell them something good
Mhm.
to prep them for what's coming next, and then you tell
Oh,
them something
it's-
good after that.
It's a setup, man. That you gotta listen. You gotta be intent. I was telling the brothers in church.
I don't.
Here's a
I haven't
setup
heard
for
that
you.
term, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna incorporate that. I hate these chairs.
Here's a setup. How do I look in this dress?
Oh,
How do you
man,
answer that question, Jermaine? Real quick.
You use
Don't even
that
think
question
about it.
that all the time.
terrible.
Do you say terrible to her?
I mean, if that's how she look,
No, you better not.
That's why you
don't
single.
ask me.
Yeah, that's why you single.
No,
no,
Stay on
no,
over
no.
there. That's
I'm-
why you single.
I'm single by choice.
Married.
I'm single by choice. It's called choice.
Yeah, they chose to leave.
No. I chose.
Right, they chose to leave. You're
I
right.
chose.
They exercise the choice.
I chose not to
I
engage.
mean, I keep trying to help you, bro.
Listen,
You
I'm
just
trying to tell you,
married. How long you been married, Keith?
he don't want to be.
How long?
Man.
I shared that with you in private. You're gonna share a private conversation you and I had. There you go. Yeah, you just go share that conversation. I can't believe you.
How long you been with your married years plus courting? How long have you been with your wife?
39.
Wow.
Debo, how long?
Well, we've been married 29 years.
How long? But courting and married, how long?
Well, with the 10 years that I ran, yeah. 29,
You
39.
just know how to mess
I
up
appreciate-
a story.
I appreciate the honesty.
But here's how I answer
10
it.
years that
Well,
I
honey-
ran.
Honey, that dress looks great on you, but I really, really like, the one I like. Why don't you
know
wear
when you
that?
got in trouble? But
No, but
Your
I
butt-
really like the one.
your butt got you in trouble.
Why don't you put on the one you know I like?
Or got her in trouble, but okay.
Or the one you might like, she can't wear out.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be telling her to put it
It
on.
don't
if I
fit
knew
no
she couldn't
more.
wear it.
Oh, it might fit.
Jermaine, you need to take heed,
No,
bro.
listen.
Because
You don't tell them the dress looks terrible.
Man,
Of course I wouldn't do
done-
that, man.
I know
Good
you've
time.
done this with him before. I've
He's a
heard
lost.
it.
Listen,
He is a lost cause.
Let me
He's
tell
a
you
lost
something.
cause.
Hold
He's
on.
a lost cause.
Let me tell you something.
And I
That
keep
boy
telling
go-
him, you
he
ain't
go-
gonna be cute always.
He gonna die with his boots on.
Let me tell
He
you
goes,
something.
no. See, what was that thing sitting at his house? Oh, it is underwear. Oh, what was that thing we had about you? You would sit at home by yourself
Watching ESPN.
in your drawers.
It is-
Oh, on the couch.
Yeah.
Wait, in a beater.
Oh,
In a beater.
Yeah, in a
What,
beater.
talking about some booty prints on the
Yeah,
couch or
yeah.
something?
Hey, man, hold on.
You sit there, Jermaine, you cops ready. When they bring you out the crib, that black dudes, black dudes all never have a shirt on. You ever notice they never get
When
arrested with a
they
shirt?
do his obituary, it's gonna say, and his special friend.
ESPN.
Which was a motivator for me to get married.
What do you mean, Keith?
Oh man, that was a motivator. I didn't want to be listed under there right near the repass and a very special friend.
Hey, man, back to me, man.
And And then you
the show.
and then you need to do the math on it. All right, y'all kicked it for 9 years.
Yeah.
Never put a ring on it.
Mm.
That means
She died.
Ooh.
How much of that insurance policy you get?
None.
Nothing.
Well, you could if you took out a policy on her. You don't have to be married to her to take a policy out on her.
Well, normally people that take policy out on you, they kill you.
No Dateline. That
You
that
been
is
watching
not what's
Snap or
happening.
something.
We're watching too much TV.
Yeah, Snap.
Tyrone.
We're watching too much TV, man. ESPN,
Hello.
True Crime
How you
TV.
doing?
I've been
What's happening, man?
We got handsome bros walking up in the studio. I like that hair.
My guy Tyrone, come on, man.
that.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. Oh, they ain't for me. I love my listeners. Hey, but Tyrone, I really want to thank Tyrone Brandy, the family, for dropping off sodas and drinks.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Hold
Yeah,
on, let me
appreciate you, man.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. And that the community comes together to help out in the situation, man. And when the community needs, man, that's huge, man.
Yeah, so
That's huge to have people that's actually listening to you, that's willing to come and help. You know, and when you reach out and ask them to help, that's awesome, man.
all right. I was with
Are we doing a show here?
speaking of tea, I was with somebody, and Sunday we had Kennedy at church, and somebody came up. I finally met you. Because your godfather talk about you all the time. Yeah, between me and Michelle talking about Atlas and me talking about Kennedy.
Speaking of Kennedy, whenever she make that, what's that drink called? Hibiscus.
Oh, the hibiscus.
Let me know, please.
Yeah.
I'll put an order in.
Juneteenth.
I would actually pay for it.
We do it.
I gotta wait all the way to June.
Gotta wait till the holiday, man. We can't do the red drink till the holiday.
Come on, man. I'll pay for it.
Yeah.
She can start a little business. I'll be her first customer.
Yeah. Let's
So
not
let
give
me
her.
know.
Let's not give her any.
Any ideas?
Appreciate you, man. Thank you, man.
More
Appreciate you.
work for you, huh, Keith?
Yeah. Michelle sent her. They sent her a nice little thank you card.
In the mail.
That was, man,
In
that
the
was.
mail. Like she get
Like, I
mail.
was
I
surprised.
kept her glass though. I didn't give it back.
I still got it
I
too.
told Rhonda.
I still got mine too.
I
I,
said-
looked at it the
I
other
said,
day.
I hope y'all went in.
Expected it back.
Yeah, because we kept the container.
Yeah.
It was cute. I
If
used
you gonna
it yesterday.
sit here, man.
I hate this chair. I'm getting in it. Keith, can I take a second to say something on your show before I go?
No.
Thank you. I
Okay.
appreciate it. I appreciate
Watch
it.
it happen anyway.
Let me just say this real quick. And this is a bleed over from my show. As people know, I am working to assist the family of 15-year-old Zaria Jones, who was the victim of a homicide, and the family needed help to get this baby put away. I just have to say this. There have been a number of sisters that have shown up for this baby. But when I tell you, I am so overwhelmed by the Black men in this community that have come through here, called me, sent something. Brothers have shown up for this child. And this is not to negate anything that sisters have done. Sisters, we always in the house, we always in the building. But the majority of these donations have come from Black men. And I need to say publicly, brothers, I'm just overwhelmed by y'all. I appreciate you, brothers. And Keith, I see you. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. But when I say look, because I'm the first one to clown y'all.
That was the point.
I knew you was getting ready to say it, so let me just take the words out your mouth. But bros, it's the same thing that happened during that toy drive. When I said Black boys were not getting the amount of toys that the girls were getting, it just was easier. For whatever reason, people had a propensity to buy girl stuff for Christmas. Brothers showed up in droves with stuff to look out for these little boys in our community. Black men, I love y'all. That's all I can say. I love y'all. And let me just
tune in Monday.
Let me appreciate
When the
Tyrone
real Michelle.
and
will be back.
Wayman here. Yeah, I'll be back Monday now.
The real Michelle.
Hey, Right.
Yeah, you gonna be sore.
It don't last always.
That's okay.
To Tyrone and Wayman Harris, who just showed up and made a donation. Man, I appreciate you, brothers.
Yeah.
I do. I mean, black men, y'all done showed out. Y'all have showed out.
You know, Michelle, I wanted to say to you again, and it just gets to a point where it's almost repetitive. The kudos that one must give to you. You're always, thinking outside of the box of yourself. You just jumped in there. You saw the need, and certainly you'll be blessed for what it is that you do. But certainly you have done a wonderful job in pulling this thing together. Nobody could have done it the way you've done it. And I'm sure the family appreciates, and a part of me, and how you were able to pull that story and just allow that mother to come in and just vent, to know that, they moved here from Chicago, and this city has not been kind to this family, and for them to maybe somehow with what you've been able to do, they feel a better place in their heart for this city.
You know what? I had not thought about that. But you are right, because she even talked about like she wanted to leave here because it's just all the bad memories.
Mm-hmm.
But you just said something I hadn't even really thought about, that the way the city has shown up for her in this regard,
Mm-hmm.
that you understand it's not all negative, that there are people out there that are willing to help. And I say that to people all the time. Number one, we're some of the most generous people on the planet, even when we don't want to be. Keith Parris.
Two pieces of red beans and
He
rice.
literally told me, look, y'all, after I said that Keith gave me money to buy chicken, instead of just going to get it himself, he made me do it. Then he gonna say, and I want my change. And I was like, your change? He was like, you're getting a 2-piece. I'm a splurge. Get them some red beans and rice and bring me back my change.
This dude.
A 2-piece for a repast.
Somebody ain't eating.
It's a lot of folks ain't eating.
A 2-piece.
What was Jesus able to do with
That was-
5
that was
loaves of
Jesus.
bread,
2 fishes.
and 2 fishes?
That was Jesus.
What was he able?
Well, in this case, if you take 2 pieces of chicken, it's gonna be somebody gonna get some skin.
Nothing.
Somebody gonna get a piece
Nothing.
of skin,
Nothing.
piece of meat.
I made smothered chicken last night.
You didn't bring
Well,
none.
where is it?
Right.
You and Debo love to talk about what y'all made.
And don't bring none.
And Keon would bring you what he made.
That he would.
And he'll have it on the back table.
If I see another
He would
sausage,
say, hey, that boy would have my breakfast set out like a buffet. On this
Give me
I
sausage.
turn
Don't
around.
let him get creative and go, and he gonna do a little something. Like he's some kind of chef.
He'll have a whole spread up
Man,
here.
I come up in
Y'all
here,
love
I
telling people
see
what y'all
one more-
made.
If I see one more biscuit,
He used to set me out. That's why I'm big.
I told Clark, stop now, because he bringing breakfast in on Saturdays for me, him, and Sharon.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Hold up.
Yeah.
Clark, report to the office, brother.
You bringing
Report to
Debo
the
breakfast? Have you got
Hey,
breakfast with
No,
Clark?
not at all.
you know I drive by here every Saturday morning, taking my mama her breakfast.
Clark,
I'ma take
report to the
her
office,
breakfast,
brother.
and then I'm gonna stop by.
Oh, you
here.
out making
I told him,
breakfast
man,
deliveries
stop
and they ain't going nowhere but to your mama's house?
Yeah,
Everybody in here messing.
Cause
No, we're
For real?
Sharon,
Oh,
he
no.
didn't.
Come on, brother.
He
You
didn't, he didn't bring
Come
it
on,
this
brother.
Saturday, and Sharon went
Yeah.
off.
Come on.
Oh, he
You
didn't bring
can't start
Sharon
nothing. You
nothing?
can't finish. I'm sitting there
Oh.
hungry, and then you didn't bring no breakfast in here.
Superman. Now,
He's standing there like, yes.
get to the mic there, sir. Get to the mic there, sir.
I've been beckoned.
Come on, get
Yes.
to the mic there, sir.
Can I, as Clark come? Let me also beyond just the yesterday was just a reminder. We were at an event Tuesday night,
Yep, media event.
and I was, they talked about one of our competitors. They were actually 2 of our competitors. I mean,
Yes.
and the conversations I had with Michelle, conversations I had with you. Let me also include, and I said this yesterday when I left, Will Martin.
Oh yeah.
I will put our intellectual heft up against anybody
Yeah.
anywhere.
Yeah.
And I know people, we can do it in such a way, but just having that conversation yesterday, Kwaku just came in,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
I mean the conversations Michelle and I
Yeah.
have,
Yeah.
even when we, Election Central is always crazy with Will,
Yeah.
but I just I don't know if you folks, and I hope you appreciate it out in the listening audience.
Yeah.
I'm not including myself in this, but I'm just saying in terms of what you hear here on WNOV. I mean, and I like it because I like it's like a community forum.
Yeah.
That's why people can call in talking about the most incredible nonsense ever, and then you get other
Incredible
calls.
nonsense.
Yeah, I mean, it was real talk because I'm hearing it for listeners like, why didn't you shut dude down? And I'll say, well, it's good for radio.
And not only that, but you want to be fair to both sides.
Oh yeah,
You want to give both sides the opportunity to plead their case.
That's what Mr. Jones told me.
Oh wow.
He said, man, you got to be balanced.
Yeah.
And then like I tell people, when he said Aristotle, he had me. I popped up like,
yeah, he was in your neck of the woods.
Man, he in my neighborhood now. Like I appreciate, man. I mean, I think hopefully you all get this.
Yeah.
That I tell the story. When Sherwin Hughes left, one of his colleagues in the media wrote in the paper, you will never hear another really coherent sentence on WNOV.
Really?
And I paraphrase it. And it said, no, that's not the case. It was a game changer when WNOV got Michelle.
Wow.
That was a game changer. And so, like I said, not too far.
What in the world?
So anyway, Clark. Go on, man.
Now back to you, brother. So Saturday, we was just informed by the biggest snitch at the station that
can't keep hot water. You asked me if we eat up here on Saturday. I'm like, are we here on Saturday? Who here on Saturday?
That you bring breakfast on Saturday. Now, brother, I swear I see you throughout the week. At least they tell me that it's a weekday. So what's going on, brother?
Well, sometimes I don't know. I just be hungry.
Only on Saturdays? You only hungry on Saturdays, brother?
No, what I did was I made me something. Then I was gonna even. I got here and I said, no, that wouldn't be right. So I just went on and made them some sandwiches.
You were raised right because my mama's house, you bring in enough for everybody.
Yeah.
For everybody, yeah.
I had a buddy though, man. We'd have the fight, so everybody come by, we lay a spread. This Negro go by his whiting, love whiting. Because I think, where did he get it from then? I want to say, I think the community sandwich shop was still over there on, but yeah, he bring in just enough for him.
Oh yeah.
Then had the nerve to sit there, unbutton his pants, just so he can breathe, and be sitting there farting and belching and sleeping on that couch. You listening to Community Voice? We're gonna take a break, and we'll be right back. All right. All right, welcome back. We're going to multitask here as I get the call. Caller, you can call back 414-444-5250. But we're watching breaking news here, and let us shout out WISN 12. There's been a police shooting on 49th and Mill Road, and right now there's a heavy police presence there, and people are showing up. We're also kind of monitoring that to see what that situation is.
Someone passed away.
Yeah, the medical examiner's there. So
Yeah.
Wait, is that the yellow tarp
No, I don't know.
right in front of the car?
It could be.
Yeah, that's like the yellow tarp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. All right, 414-444-5250, 414-444-5250. Michelle was talking about Eric Dickerson. Look, dude went to SMU. I mean, come on, man. I don't know if he went to class. I don't know if he. No, he started with the Rams, then the Colts. Yeah, one of the man. You talking about pretty running?
Oh yeah.
Oh, Eric Dickerson, to watch
he's Hall
that
of
dude
Famer, man.
run, dude, that was, but you had Charles Barkley at one point. He said he was a Republican. I don't know where he is in terms of his politics now. The thing about athletes is that their money gives them access to certain rooms, and you can really be influenced when you get in that room, where it could impact your thinking, and part of this piece where we are where we are because I believe because of the help that we get from other people. And I heard someone describe this. They said that you have some people who climbed the ladder, and then when they got to the top of the ladder, they pulled the ladder up, and that's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. So if Eric Dickerson is tripping, I'm not surprised that he's tripping, because I just think that those people, again, they're in money room. I mean, you really saw Quay Cool was talking yesterday about the internalized self-hatred. You really saw that with O.J. Simpson, where, I'm Keith, but part of being Keith is a black male. So as much as I like, and I really put a whole lot of investment in my humanity, I also know that people see what they see, and they see a black male, and the reaction and response is based on what they see as a black male. This morning I was reading in the Washington Post, most black people that worked when Trump got into office in these high administrative spots are losing their jobs. Isn't it interesting? He went after Miss Cook on the Federal Reserve. He fired the black joint chiefs of staff, and folks, he's doing what people have been thinking. He's doing it out loud. Ron and I was talking. Ron said, I don't understand. I said, you need to understand that there are people who endorse what he's doing. Let's not act like these people don't exist. And then we go like, well, how come they don't see the world like we do? They're asking the question, how come we don't see the world like they do? But if you have any opposite, what is that? The laws of opposites. If I have this polar here, I'm going to have this polar here. I have a North Pole, I have a South Pole. So people are real different. I don't know why we're trying to understand it. And maybe y'all can correct me. Maybe it's not so much we're trying to understand, we want to convert them. And that's frustrating, because people with deeply held beliefs, you're not going to move them. You can try, just like can't nobody move you off your deeply held beliefs. And whether someone else, now I'm not saying that the deeply held belief is correct. I'm just saying people feel strongly about it. Jackie Zeldon's dad used to say to me, he said, Keith, watch out for true believers, because they're at an extreme point, that whole sense. And I want to know how many of us out here really believe that we're right.
Oh, yeah.
So somebody else also believes that they're right. And so I think And it's based on belief. And that's why I always try to have this discussion about your beliefs are different than the facts. Now, sometimes your belief might line up with the facts might line up with your belief. But there were people who believed when we first had COVID that Black people couldn't get COVID. It wasn't based on any kind of scientific nothing. It was just based on a belief. And guess what
I'm
happened?
sorry, where's Keanu? Okay.
Right. And then
that was
the facts,
our argument. That was our argument.
the facts
Oh my
kicked
God.
in, and it was like, do you see it now? And I don't want to know, do you believe it now? And that's the other thing.
But still, people who still don't even. They figured out a way to justify it. It was, other things. It wasn't necessarily like, people say, well, you have to say COVID related, Michelle, because no, they died of pneumonia or they died of this. And they still don't want to make and draw that line, make that connection to COVID and to continue, to your point, to not be knocked off their square, to still be right. And so they will argue you down. It was comorbidities. It was,
yes,
they had a bad heart. They
right.
had, and like the thing that got me, one of my guys lost his legs to COVID.
Right.
Really?
Yeah.
His legs. Because the blood clots in the veins and the
people didn't die from HIV. People died from related illnesses because the HIV so depleted your immune system, you could not fight infections.
Right.
The same thing, the early onset of COVID was you were so depleted. Ron Banks had COVID. Ron Banks ended up dying from a lung infection because COVID had wiped out all of his resistance, right, all of his ability to fight. So I say we got to, because the facts are just the facts. I drive down Washington, is that Washington Boulevard over there where Barrett used to live?
Yep.
And there's a sign, and I don't know if, the sign says, "Believe it now."
Yeah, I always use that.
I drive by there, believe it now, and it's like.
But it was so funny though, because like I would immediately equate it to politics. Because Kamala's like, I tried to tell y'all, because I've seen those believe it now signs.
Mm-hmm.
But it really is one of those things where people, I'd rather be dead and wrong.
Right.
No, I'm sorry. I'd rather be dead and right than to be alive and wrong. Like it is just that ingrained and entrenched in people's psyche. So can I just take a second? I wanted to let you know, I heard from Teresa Beeman.
Mm-hmm.
She talked about your officiating the service, and she said extremely well received, and you did an excellent job.
Just read the book.
I questioned it all.
I know you did. I know you did. Who?
I did look at the message several times before I decided to say it out loud.
No, I appreciate it.
She said you did a great job.
I appreciate, and part of this experience, and again, as Debo said, thank you. We're part of community, and we're connected, and we are part of this community. And so things that you think about, I can be very selfish. So when people ask you, you're like, yeah, well, because even then, and from everything I'm hearing, even though this young man had challenges, he was incarcerated most of his adult life, doesn't make him any less human.
Right.
And we should be mindful.
And I'm just going to say, Teresa Beeman show up, man, there's nothing you're going to do. And you say I'm doing it, and Teresa Beeman's hand, her resources, her heart is not somewhere connected to what
she gave me? She gave me a Marvin Pratt sweatshirt from the campaign.
Seriously?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You're not getting it back, Teresa.
Where she get that from?
Back in the day. And I've worn it on the air sometimes.
Oh, that is super
Marvin
cool.
Pratt from there. Yeah.
When I was getting ready to do an event and I had to have white, she brought me white dresses, white, and said, look.
And I met her husband.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
And her mom, her sister.
And I will say this, and she's doing all that while she has fought her own health, her own health issues.
Yeah.
And just been a soldier. And then the other thing, just before I go, she made my day when I called her last year for Thanksgiving. Just on a hum, I hadn't talked to her. And I said, let me check on Teresa. And she was in the airport. And She said, you know, been listening to y'all talk, and it was something I always wanted to do. And I got on a plane and I decided to do it. And I literally called her, and she was sitting in, I think, LaGuardia Airport. She had flown to New York to help serve food at Al Sharpton's Thanksgiving meal. Got on a plane by herself, had never been to New York, and sent back pictures with Al, and volunteered 2 days in a row at the, what is it, the House of Peace? And
No, is it House
of Justice or something like that? But yeah, House of Peace, no, that's here. But I just was so proud of her and so enamored, and I posted it on Facebook, and people all started telling me that they were getting ready to do stuff that they had never done before because of Teresa.
Yeah, it is this community. When I was on my rant last week about how we counter what Turning Point is doing on campuses is those little donations. And
did you see that they are now, what Candace Owens is doing with the Black College HBCU tours? Turning Point USA, it was announced on yesterday. They are traveling to Black college campuses. I think they have 8 lined up that they have gotten permission to come onto the yard to begin to try to recruit Black students to become members of Turning Point USA and adopt their ideology, blah, blah, blah. And the first thing I said is, and what are the Democrats doing?
And let me also say this, a little bit of history there on Turning Point. The first group that Charlie Kirk worked with were Black conservatives.
That's right.
That was the first group he worked with.
Yeah. Because people weren't even taking him seriously when he first started.
Right. And so and next Tuesday is George Floyd's birthday. I hope you do something. Let's because I understand they're going to be celebrating Charlie Kirk. They both share a birthday.
Oh my
October
God,
14th.
That's right.
Right. So I think, and I should have, we should.
I'm glad you flagged it.
We will definitely do something on the 14th.
Yeah.
Just to, you got to have the counter, you got to have that counter narrative out there, because if you don't, then the predominant narrative will become true for a whole lot of folks. Let's get this caller. They've been very patient. Caller, welcome to the program. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Parris.
Good morning, Brother Christopher. How are you?
Yes, sir. Assalamu alaikum to you all.
Hi,
Ms. Bryant.
What's happening, bro?
Yes, ma'am. Listening to you, Mr. Parris, you were speaking about beliefs, BELIEF.
I didn't know there was going to be a spelling test, man.
Well, I will be capable with regard to the challenge if it does exist. So, the word belief, etymologically speaking, the base word of that word is be-lie, which regards to an association, and I think you can contribute connotation as well, or denotation.
Every day.
So when we talk about beliefs, do you believe that America will be here within the next 50 to 100 years with the way that America has established herself and has executed and imposed her will upon less formidable nations? Do you think that Black people can survive under the conditions that we have been consistently fighting for? And it's like a reset button. Every 20 to 30 years, you reset and go back and try it again and again and again. And the Bible says that the children of Israel loved the devil so, yet he does nothing for them. And with regard to the current Pharaoh in the White House, the Caucasoid that sits there, as the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan stated, I think this was in a radio interview on WVON, that Donald Trump may be the one that sets everything off, whereas Black people, and here in America, us Black Americanized Negropeans may really and truly be able to go free and do for ourselves. And finally, do you think Mr. Parris, if we had not been more collectively involved economically, primarily with our own selves for as long as you have been alive, Mr. Parris, do you think that we would probably be in a more powerful position to say to those who would dare slight or seek to dismiss us that we don't need you and we don't need them because we consume over almost $2 trillion in things here in America? We can do for ourselves, as the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said, we can do for ourselves what we seek for others to do for us. And as the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said in 2015, do for self or suffer the consequences. We have to disengage from the Americanized Negropean idea or ideal of what we think America would or could be, which she has never been, and she will never be. What do you think, Mr. Parris?
Christopher, I love America.
And
and if you have a problem with America, you can always go someplace else because
Mr. Parris,
I love America. I
agree.
I agree with you, man. I remember I was talking to a Republican.
All right, thank you for taking my call.
You're welcome, sir. I was talking to a Republican. He was really getting real frustrated with me. He said, Keith, do you love America? I'm like, yeah, I love America, but that doesn't mean I look the other way when America's doing some stuff. I mean, it ain't blind love. You know, I mean, I too much invested. That's the thing about those of us who are descendants of enslaved Africans. There's been a whole lot of investment, more so than most ethnic groups. When you look at the formation of the country, even the advent of people other than the indigenous people here, you know, after certain European groups, it was African people. And it's our sweat, our toil that built America. So yeah, we're invested in this. You know, we're invested in it. And last time I checked, they still collecting taxes. Last time I checked. So, caller, welcome to the program. Good morning.
Man, what's going on? Happy Gasoline Day. You got two people at the same time?
What?
Hello?
Up? Yeah, what's up?
You got Michelle still there too?
Yeah, she left.
And I was see, did you see where that priest got shot in the head a couple of times with them pellets?
Yeah, I just saw that clip this morning.
Man, ain't that crazy? They just shooting folks just because.
Okay, let me do this, man. Wow. All right. We had an officer involved shooting here in Milwaukee. Said the officer was on their way to work. Wow. Officer vehicle was rear-ended. Confrontation followed. Officer fired. Officer has fired. Ooh. So off duty.
Yeah,
that ain't good.
Yeah, that brings a whole totally different dynamic.
Ooh, no wonder folks are
upset
lining
out
up over there. Okay.
He bumped him, and the police got out and shot him.
Well, they had a confrontation.
So I wonder if the officer was in the squad car.
No. If I seen the video. If you look at the video, they got it's a pickup truck. It's like a great pickup truck.
I saw that.
And then the dude is laid out. He laid out, and the dude got the police got his gun out. Still, the dude laid out. The police still got his gun out at him.
Well, you know what? They actually just showed a car being towed away too. I mean, it was a great car that was towed.
That car though. Well, no, the police car was a great pickup truck.
Yeah, even though, you know, public safety officers are 24/7, the question is, was he doing this in the line of duty? Was it self-defense?
Yeah, did dude have a gun?
Right. They said he had minor injuries, so I don't know if it was a fist fight or.
It was probably a fight if he had minor injuries. Because if he was,
that mean he was getting. That mean he might have getting whooped.
Yeah, and pulled his gun out. Well, I don't know. I don't want to make assumptions.
No, I don't want to make assumptions. But usually when you pull your gun out, you might have been getting whooped.
You trying to get the upper hand.
Yeah.
with that. So whatever it was, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Now there are some officers who I know state troopers. They take their cars home.
Right.
You know, so, but I don't know what this was in this instance. All right, what's up? What's up?
But anyway, so let me tell you. So this ex-Cardinal player and his daughter was at the airport a couple days ago, right?
Okay.
And they pulled him out the car, tell him they was accused of a homicide, right?
Okay.
So they talking about they've been watching him. They been looking at his car, talking about they've been watching him. Why you tell me this dude is an ex-Cardinals football player?
Okay.
And the person he was looking for was a white woman.
Wow.
He's suing for $1 million.
Wow.
Yeah, I would.
I sue
He's
for
suing
more
for
than
$1
a
million.
million.
I'm talking about you knew that he's because the same car. They said the same car. But if you've been watching me, so you know you're looking for a white lady, but you see a black dude in the car. But you pull me and my daughter out at the airport hours later. But you talking about you've been watching me.
Yeah.
We talking about we just gonna let you go. It's Miss. We thought you were somebody else. How? No, he said how? I'm black and this is a lady. She's white.
Yeah, I'm like, if they was watching him, they would have known that that's a man.
Because
And
he
it
was
a
on
black.
some BS and he's trying to
Hey,
justify.
he's trying to justify.
Just
it.
like like the young man who ended up killing himself, the former LSU football
Lacey,
player.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's
Right.
so
yeah.
sad, man.
Because the cop
lied, man.
Yeah. I mean that and now this cop, he, you know, I always say Jesus said forgive them for they know not what they do, unintended consequences. So if they go in with him, any case that he was with, right,
Yeah.
it could be thrown out because people are going to say, hey, how do we know this dude wasn't lying? Because we caught him in a lie.
But you know what tripped me out about this whole situation? Did Lacey attorney have the video all of this time?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah, because because the video didn't come out. But the thing is,
The video wasn't released until September.
Right.
But did the lawyer have? Because he kept saying he was innocent.
He was smashing though. He was driving on the other side of the street.
Yeah, but he wasn't nowhere near the accident.
I know, but the accident happened like 5 minutes before he even got there.
Right.
Yeah, so I mean, but him smashing and driving fast is irrelevant to the accident because he didn't cause it. He didn't have nothing to do with it. He wasn't even around
separate
it.
ticket.
Yeah, so
that's a ticket. So it's the point. Like, why did y'all say this dude? Now he killed himself. He ain't got no career. Now he dead, and y'all got to pay out some money now.
Man, they ain't gonna pay out no money, man. Because who's gonna hold this officer accountable?
Well, if they bring charges,
to who?
Then there's liability for the officer.
Man, you know they ain't gonna do that.
Did that person die in that car crash? Is that the reason why that person was white?
Yeah.
Oh, no wonder.
Yeah.
Well, who you got today? You got to upset the Giants beating Philly today, or what?
Well, honestly, we got Tampa Bay
beating
beating Seattle.
Hey, but listen to that. But that was a good game though.
Why you didn't call on Monday though?
Well, same reason why you didn't call me on y'all little tie game. Y'all little tie game y'all had.
That's how we know. That's how we know what's happened, right? Because we don't hear from you. Because you know what? And I'm with you. Because if it was me and the Packers lost, you ain't hearing from me until Wednesday. I ain't calling you on Monday.
Hey, listen, I'm calling you Thursday, fam.
Right. And we had a clock going, man. Where's Arizona, man?
Right out. You right out. Don't even talk to me no more until next week, man. Nobody told you to bring this up, man.
I'm just saying, man, that we was waiting for you on Monday, man.
Where are they playing, New York or Philly?
I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for DJ because he ain't saying nothing. No, they play New York and Philly. They playing.
No, where? Were they playing in Philly or in New York?
I'm not for sure, but I want New York to win because I want to see some upset.
Well, I do too, but I think Philly got after what happened last week. They gonna whoop up on New York, so
they upset.
Man, you picked the wrong week to be coming into town,
right?
Because
you know who else is upset? Kansas City. They are Gabino. Put them at the bottom of the list.
Why don't we accept this? People get old. Kelsey and Mahomes have been playing at least 10 years?
Yeah.
I mean, so come on, man. I mean, so people they're not. It's like the Warriors. It's not the same Warriors team you had during the dynasty.
Oh no, we know that already.
But what I'm saying, then we get older players, You know, and they be going like, dude, you have to account. I was watching Dewana, is that name Dewana Bonner last night? And she's in her 30s and she moves like she's in her 30s. We need just to accept that there's this thing called age. And age is never lost.
But I guess the thing is, we don't like the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't care because we tired of them winning, so we don't like them. So we want them to lose. That's why we feel that way.
I didn't want them to lose that badly that Philly won.
Well, hey, guess what? I'd rather Philly won than Mahomes and them. Got the Swifters going crazy. Then you got to keep watching her on TV every Sunday.
Who's that? Taylor Swift?
The Swifters, yeah.
Well, you think he retires this year? I think he does. Yeah.
I don't think so. I think he got one more.
No, I think he need to get out and make some money like his brother.
Yeah, it's over.
He got enough money. He ain't got to make no money.
Is there such a thing as enough money?
Never.
No. But I'm gonna tell you who sound good though to be a broadcast. Tom Brady sound good, bro.
Brady is very good. Brady
is. You know what he's talking about.
Brady is very good.
And with Brady moving to another team, that exposed Belichick. It wasn't you, Belichick. You weren't even a good coach. You can't win with the college folks, and you can't win with the NFL without Brady.
It's a different
you
thing,
a garbage
though,
coach.
when you talk about college athletes, and especially now with the transfer portal, you don't have the same control. Look, if you don't perform for me, I fire you. That's the difference between the pro and the college player.
He didn't do good when Brady left, so we know it wasn't him.
Yeah, but the team got, it wasn't just Brady. They a whole lot of folks ended up retiring. So that's
I ain't trying to hear that. I ain't trying to hear that because Brady went to Tampa Bay and did it again.
Okay, I bet you we'll hear this about 3 weeks from now when Seattle goes on a losing streak. All right, man. Let me. They old. No, it don't matter that they old. No, they old, man. I appreciate you, man. Hey, you're listening to Community Voice. We're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back to Community Voice Caller. We thank you for your patience. Welcome to the program.
Good morning. I've been having this issue. I keep hearing our people talk, migrants, 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 migrants. They're taking all our resources. Saying to myself, well, first of all, the resources are put there to help you, but why are you so worried about resources? I personally think some of these black people who keep whining about migrants can't accept the fact they made a lot of effed up decisions in their own personal life, and they need somebody else to blame. But when it comes to talking about some real bull sugar honey iced tea, like Israel still getting them millions, Argentina getting millions, and Lebanon now everybody got a bloody tampon on their freaking mouth with gorilla glip and they don't know how to talk. And then they go back to migrants, migrants, migrants. Okay, okay, the migrants leave. If the migrants leave, your life ain't gonna get no better. You're still making payment arrangements. So why do y'all keep talking about them, but y'all don't talk about these rapists, these white terrorists? But then y'all want to play the bigger person. I just think some people just need to grow up because it's very wild Irish rose niggerish in my book. And then I hear people keep talking about it, but when you go up to certain liquor stores, you hear crackheads, dope fiends. Don't forget about Bluetooth. You heard about Bluetoothing, right? Have you heard about that?
Can we talk about it on the air?
Yes, you can. What the crackheads do, they share each other blood to get a cheap high. You can look it up. That's why HIV and AIDS is going up now because they're trying to get a real cheap high. They call it Bluetoothing. But it's just so much drama come out here. But if you learn how to depend on self and stop worrying about being well liked, you will be cool. But I just don't understand why they don't ever talk about the real stuff. Like to me, I think talking about the migrants is so pussy willow to me. But they ain't talking about Israel. They're not talking about Argentina. They're not talking about the money going to Lebanon. It's migrants, 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 or they're taking the Section 8 housing. You newsflash, housing authority ain't even paying a Section 8.
Yeah,
they ain't even paying a Section 8.
I can't believe how this is crazy. What Al's referring to is there are 500 people who are part of the Milwaukee Housing Authority that their Section 8, the portion that the government pays, has not been paid. And there's 500 people in that situation. I worked in government. I don't understand sometimes when I hear about, because we had our own challenges, but some of these things is just like it's incompetency, it's laziness, it's all those things that hurts government because people are dependent on it. That's 500 people who are looking at the possibility of not having a place to live.
And I think the problem is they're effing up the money. And before I go, I think they holding that silver spoon over that lighter and they cooking that crack too long. That's why all the money is effed up. Right. You have yourself a good day. Bye-bye.
Right. Appreciate you. 414-444-5250, 414-444-5250. This whole people getting away from DEI. And I'm just wondering how many of you all, I have not been back to Target since the boycott was announced. I don't know if anybody else has slipped and gone to Target, but they're showing that black and brown people, where these companies have come out and reverse their DEI policies, that there are certain retailers that are being hit where black and brown people are not going to shop there. I have not shopped at Target. I did slip and go to McDonald's once. But yeah, you can do a whole lot of talking with your money. And but what at the same time, that's not stopping getting rid of DEI, is not stopping them from marketing, trying to get my money, right? Because you look at the commercials. Caller, welcome to the program. I'm not going to hire you, but I do want you to buy from me. Oh, come on, really? That's crazy. But excuse me. So it really does. It does matter. We can do a whole lot with the little bit that we got, and so anyway. Caller, welcome to the program.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, Keith, and your panelists, even my nephew, Mr. Rideout as well. Hey, Milwaukee, I had an opportunity to go to Meridian, Mississippi this past weekend. My cousin, and he's a Milwaukeean, Dr. Ronnie Purvis. He grew up on 6th and Clark. He retired from OBGYN obstetrician. After going to Meridian, he was supposed to be there for 2 years, and he has spent 36 years there. When Ronnie arrived in Meridian, Mississippi, he was the only Black gynecologist in that area. And he explained when he was doing his speech, spiel, or comments at the retirement banquet that it was hard for him to get coverage from the other white male and female obstetricians in that area, where he could take a couple days or, travel back to Milwaukee or just take time to rest. And when he finished up on Friday, there was only 2 Black obstetricians in Meridian, Mississippi. And it's a female, and she's out of Chicago. And I just wanted Milwaukee to know we still have good people grounded all over this country. I just wish that we had government in our backgrounds, because no one is saying anything about trying to get this man out of office. No one. And it is great to hear you guys. I'm at work. I'm slipped in the car for a few minutes to eat a sandwich, and I turned the radio on, and I saw that I was getting reception out here in Waukesha.
All right, appreciate it.
But thank you, guys.
See,
love you all.
All right, JC, that's what you go to the car for.
Situations like that.
A sandwich.
Yeah.
Call, welcome to the program. Good morning. Hello. Hello, like before. Hello.
Yes.
What's happening?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, brother. You were talking earlier in your conversation about belief and fact, and trying to change the heart of a true believer, whether they believe in the sky blue or straight, a true believer. Well, I want to ask you a question. You talking about something? Do you believe? And if a person really believes in something, he's gonna preach. He's gonna and know what it's fact. He's gonna preach that. So do you know the difference between a man and a woman?
Let me be Jesus here just for a moment.
Please.
Yes, I do.
You do know the difference. What's the difference between? So if I claim that I am something that I am not, and we know fact, regardless of how you feel, it is what it is, right?
Okay.
Okay. So let's go a little deeper into that thing. When you go into the COVID-19, I was for the 19 or 20 months that I was at MB, I had the corner to come on from down in Hampton and stay back where most of our numbers was coming from. A lot of the numbers that were being raised every day, they were shooting numbers. Okay, we got these many numbers, these many cases. So I had the corner, and I got a copy of the program. You probably got a copy of it there. Well, she stated what our numbers were. And if you look at the health toll from 2020 and 2021, you basically had no deaths of actual COVID. Now you can go.
All right, hold, Meech. You don't die from COVID. What COVID does is depletes your immune system and your ability to be able to fight other viruses or other.
No. That's HIV. Right?
No, that's also
That's
COVID.
deficiency.
That's what a virus does. If you catch a
Okay, can I
cold,
just tell you what the coroner said?
who?
The coroner. I had the medical examiner on the show because everybody was going crazy. So I wanted to hear for myself. and I
Okay,
wanted to
so
see
let me
what
ask
it
this question: the people
Sure.
that the coroner talked about, did they have COVID?
Well, very few of them had COVID because, see, first of all,
Very few of them had COVID.
No, very few of them. Not in the COVID-19. See, you got to remember something. There's about 4 different COVID. See, the regular pneumonia is a COVID.
COVID, no,
the
regular
coronavirus.
pneumonia might not be. There's two
It's
types
the coronavirus.
no, there's 2 types of pneumonia. One is bacterial. The other one could be viral. But most pneumonia that people have is bacterial. And that's why antibiotics are not effective, because you use
They're
it
not
for a
effective
virus.
to a viral. They're not effective on a
Exactly,
viral.
but the vast majority of people who get pneumonia is not viral pneumonia, it's bacterial.
It's a walking pneumonia.
No, it's bacterial. And that distinction
I didn't
becomes
call you to talk
important.
about that.
Yes,
I
well,
know-
you
I called
called
you
me
to talk
because
about facts.
you dropping these medical facts, and so I think we need to be clear on the medical facts. Again, people do not necessarily die from COVID. They die because the virus depleted their ability to fight other things.
Okay, can I say this to you, brother? When we were introduced to the COVID-19, it was a killer. Okay, you didn't hear nothing about no dying because of and these type of things. See, because if you got cancer and you go into the hospital and you just say you got a common cold, which is a coronavirus. Okay, it's a coronavirus. Then you were diagnosed as died as a COVID.
But because of that particular form of the coronavirus, our bodies have built an ability to fight that virus. So people don't die from colds.
Okay. So do you believe? So is that a God-given truth? Would you believe that? You believed it, didn't you?
I believe what?
That the COVID was real.
I know it was real. I caught COVID.
Can't nobody change you on that.
I had it too.
I caught it. Did you have it?
No.
Okay. But for those of us who had it, now, by the time I got COVID, by the time I had COVID-19, I'd already been vaccinated and boosted. So my symptoms were very mild, right? It was a different ball game because I think I got COVID in 22.
Remember when they first told us it was only killing old people, right?
Old people and people with comorbidity.
Right.
Diabetes, hypertension, kidney disease, all these folks, because their body's already working overtime trying to deal with the things that they're dealing with. And now you introduce a virus that now the body
how did
says,
it get all the way down? How did it get all the way down to our babies? And in 2013,
how many children died? How many children died from COVID? Very
Probably
few.
None.
Very few.
Probably.
And here's why. Because those kids were not dealing, but kids who had comorbidities, who were dealing with juvenile diabetes, they had worse medical outcomes. All it's saying is that a virus gets in your body. We have viruses. We're introduced to viruses every day, right? It's all in our atmosphere, but our bodies have built up certain immunities and our ability to be able to fight the virus and then pass the virus. The common cold is probably the one.
If you can find me in 2020, 2021, see how many people died of the actual virus in Milwaukee.
I'm going to say it for the 15th time. You didn't die from the virus. You died from the effects of the virus.
That ain't the truth. That's your truth. The virus.
I appreciate you, Meech. Let me, because this is circular. Let me get the next call. Caller, welcome to the program. Damn. We only had medical people on talking about it for 2 years. Caller, welcome to the program.
This is Rick calling from Germany, brother.
What up, Rick?
I just want to say that all the science is good, but you still have to make a choice. I got the vaccine, and I got it because I live in a house with 3 other people, and I didn't want the seniors in my house to catch it from me. So I got the vaccine. But I'm a conspiracy theorist. I believe that the government, the military, and the universities are playing around in disease and spreading disease around the planet. Um, but you have to make a choice. You have to know the science and make the best choice you can. I'm done, brother man.
I appreciate you. Caller, welcome to the program. Good morning.
Good morning. Hi, my name is Andrea.
Hi, Andrea.
Hi, how are you? I just want to say I was just listening to you. The young man, he thought COVID was AIDS. COVID is not AIDS. I had COVID twice, but I had a mild case. And
had you been vaccinated or you just...
No, I was never, because I have systemic lupus, so I didn't get, vaccinated. But I wanted to say that my doctor always said you have to build up your immune system because that's what it attacks. Mm-hmm. And so what happened is that when you're around a lot of people that have that disease, because COVID is a disease, and it will get a person that has a low immune system. So I have been to the doctor numerous times, I might say twice, and I had a mild case. They gave me inhalers, prednisone, and you can also take Benadryl too, for that. But at the same time, it only lasts for about maybe 4 or 5 or 6 days, but then they'll tell you if you want to stay in, you can. But I had it and it disappeared, but I stay away from people and I still put on my mask.
Right.
But at the same time, I just think he just didn't understand, what it is. And as you did say, pneumonia is bacterial and it's catchable. So if anybody have a pneumonia and you're around that person and that incubation day, I think it's 14 days, if I'm correct. I hope I'm saying it right. But yes, you can get pneumonia and you can also catch COVID-19. But AIDS is something that is within a person's body with another person. So I think he had it wrong. I just wanted to sum it up a little bit. Maybe I could be wrong, but I just wanted to say what I thought,
Right. And as we go to break, originally, because what was happening was that HIV virus was so virulent and we had no immunity to it because that variation, because I'm sure there's probably other HIV related kind of viruses, it went in and it compromised the immune system. And then people were dying from cancers that normally the body would fight. That's the thing about a virus. That's why you get a temperature, right? That's because the body is working, trying to expel that virus. It's fighting.
That's right.
So yes, you wouldn't necessarily say people died and you go in, but had they not had COVID, they probably would not have died.
Right. And two, a lot of us, as we get grown, we stop taking vitamins. And vitamin D and vitamin E and C and and vitamin A, that also builds up the immune system to help you to fight. Not saying that COVID can't kill, but at the same time, it helps you to fight that. And when I learned that's what it does, it attacks the immune system. And I know when it first came out, I would go to Walgreens and everybody had took all the vitamins off the shelf because they had a doctor that came on one day and just talked about it. And so I guess they just was precaution, they just went and got some vitamins, to make sure. But just start taking them is not going to prevent you from getting COVID. This is something that you have to have.
And the vaccine, just so we're clear, the vaccine does not prevent you from getting it.
No.
The vaccine helps you fight it better.
Right. That's right. It does. It doesn't, and everybody had it all wrong. They thought, oh, I'm not going to get COVID no more. And we said, yes, you will.
Yes, you will.
But see, people don't believe that. But like I said, pneumonia, walking pneumonia, lobar pneumonia, that's bacterial. The only thing that's not bacterial that you cannot catch is bronchitis because that's within the body. But pneumonia is very dangerous.
All right.
So I just wanted to come in and sum it up. Just tell Debo and everybody I say hello. I live in Atlanta now.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Shout out to the ATL. Yeah, and influenza. That's another. It's a virus.
Right.
Right.
It is.
And so that's why when DJ had influenza, at first thought it was COVID. Come to find out it was the flu. That's why we recommend that you get a flu shot. All right. Appreciate that. I'm running along. All right. You're listening to Community Voice Call. I see you. I want you to be patient. I'm going to grab you right after the break. We'll be right back.
with your host, Keith Parris.
Take a nap. All right, welcome back to Community Voice. You caught me yawning.
Yeah, the timing on that was
That's how
impeccable.
boring this program is. The host is bored. Man.
Has Jeff Norman did a conference yet?
No.
Usually
not that
somebody
I'm
will
aware
go
of.
to the scene, won't they? Usually.
Yeah.
But you said he was in front of the Common Council?
Yeah, he was doing it. Must have been Public Safety Committee. Man, they poor Priester last night, dude. Oh my God.
Man.
Yeah, it didn't look right that he's from there, man. And
You think he was nervous?
Yeah.
You know what was killing me though, and again, I'm not, baseball is like my fourth sport, but they got behind in the count, and when they got behind in the count, that means you got to throw a strike.
You got to throw a fastball or something.
It got to be over the plate, and they just.
But this what tripped me out in the. I think it was in the 8th inning when the Brewers was up to hit, and it was right after Perkins came in because Perkins almost hit a home run and tied it, but he hit it foul. The pitcher from the Cubs was down 3-0. It was 3 balls, no strikes. So as a hitter,
don't swing.
Yeah, he got to throw you a strike.
You got to throw a strike. He got to throw you two.
He got to throw at least.
He got to throw one right there.
Yeah, he has to at least one, because if he throw a ball,
you don't take your bag.
Exactly. So as a hitter, we are always taught that if the count is like that 3-0 and it's not a full count, you supposed to take the swing because it's going to be a strike because he don't want to walk you.
If it's a strike, but then a lot of times you just take it.
He's got to throw the strike.
He has to throw the strike.
Just because he needs to and tries to don't mean it's going to be a strike.
Right. And that's what happened with Priester yesterday. Yep. He fall behind in the count.
Yep.
Now you got to throw a strike, and obviously that's not his better pitch. And man, they was wearing him out. But then who was Quintana, that kind of happened with him a little bit, and then once the Brewers fell behind, then you don't leave like, how do you leave 3 people, bases loaded?
Well, we almost tied the game with that Perkins hit, man.
Well, good for the people in Chicago to get a game today.
At 12, right? Is it at 12?
Is it?
No.
So I think they play early.
I think it's at 8 o'clock tonight.
Yes, they're playing tonight. It's going to be cold.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be cold.
So that means when that ball ain't going to fly as far.
And that bat hurts.
Yeah.
When you hitting, man, that's cold. Because, the irony was this past weekend, it was in the 80s here. And wait a minute, we got a roof.
A roof, right.
And then you go to Chicago and it's cold. Yeah, the little bit I know in baseball is, and you watching, you going like, oh, this ain't good, man. He 3-1. He got to throw a strike. Yeah. And, man, they all on it. So, and it was tough for him, man. I mean, he's coming home. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe you don't start him. Maybe you wait to come back to Milwaukee.
I'll tell you this, though. It is imperative that we get the game tonight. Because if we come back here with the winner-take-all situation.
You don't think they can handle the pressure?
Nah.
Hey, man, this is. Remember I told you the Dodgers were built for the playoffs?
Yeah. And in baseball, it's not who you play, is when you play them, because they can get hot for a 10-game streak.
That's every sport.
Yeah, and it's like, oh my God.
2008 Giants.
There you
2008
Yeah, with
Giants.
Eli.
Yeah, they got hot right at the
right time.
And got a little lucky. And you got to have some luck.
Yeah.
Because it's one of the luckiest catches ever. No, was that the catch or was it Edelman? Was it Edelman? Who was the one where he caught it between his legs?
Yeah.
But the Tyree catch on the helmet.
Caught it on the helmet.
That's 2008.
Yeah.
I mean, and again, that these are professionals, so the talent level, as a general rule, is pretty much the same. That's why I'm saying a kid who leaves college, where you the dominant athlete, you running by everybody, that don't happen at the pro level.
Right.
Because you got 300-pound linemen running 4.5 40s. Right. So now you talking about size and speed. Thank you, Michelle, this morning for talking about things that you thought in school you didn't need to learn, like physics. When the unstoppable force meets the immovable object, kind of remember that from physics. Kaboom, right. Right. So when Jack Tatum hits Earl Campbell.
Oh, yeah.
And they said after that, neither one of them were right. After that, that was one of those hits that. No,
Yeah,
that's
'cause
one
it
of
was
those
a
things,
man.
man.
That hit was
I love they introduced this little term where for defensive backs, like, dude, be making business decisions, man. All right, so you gonna try to tackle Henry up high? You may or may not be playing next week.
Not only that, but if you try to wrap him up and miss, it's gonna look bad on film for you, and you might get cut from the team.
Oh, the dude from Minnesota when they played New Orleans in the playoffs, and he whiffed that tackle.
Oh yeah, he was gone. Yeah.
And now you got it on tape.
Yeah.
And of course, it's the play of the game.
Yeah.
And so now you seeing it in reruns. Like, oh man, that got to be tough, man. The greatest sin is exposure, boy.
Yeah.
Ooh, man, when it be out there, and it's just like man, everybody saw that. Everybody saw that. Shout out to the Aces. That was a great game last night. I don't know why people not showing up for these games. They were balling last night. But if people don't think that Asia Wilson is not the GOAT right now in the WNBA, yeah, man, and hit the game winner.
Turnaround.
On Alicia Thomas and DeWanna Bonner. Oh, that fadeaway! Yeah. I love to see. I think it's something you don't see. You don't see it like in the NBA. People with those nice little fadeaways in the lane. But these women, man, who's my guy? The Fisher Collier. She has a great little fadeaway in the lane. So it was a great game. They went up 3-0.
3-0.
Yeah. They're a real good team, and I felt bad for the young lady from France. I don't know, that must have been a bad concussion last night. Sabali,
I didn't see that.
Yeah, she went in. She got fouled, and the way she fell into this woman's head. Her knee hit her head and bent her head back, and she could barely walk off the court. So. She took so she's in concussion protocol. They couldn't afford to lose anybody anyway. But then the Mercury went on a run when she got hurt. And so then because they were down when she got hurt by 10, they come back, tied the game. So the game then comes down to the last 3.5 seconds. And hey, and here's the other thing. Let me say this. Pay these women.
Yeah,
pay them.
Man, pay them to what you owe.
Pay them, man. Yeah. This, you could have made the argument that it was a bad proposition. Look, Caitlin Clark comes back next year, so that helps your TV ratings. That's certainly going to help every time she travels. But these young women,
but they got a whole new CBA deal at the end of the month because this old deal expired.
Right. That's why only the rookies will be under contract next year.
Right.
All the veterans are free
agents. Yeah.
So, and like I said, I was in the bubble. These young women were out. They talk about the level of solidarity, and I want to say they were a little bit ahead of the men, and in terms of certainly taking stands on social justice, but pay them because it's not like it's a bad product. It is a great product.
Yeah, I was surprised to hear the WNBA commissioner respond.
She needs to go.
She
needs to go.
For her to say that Caitlin Clark need to be glad that she's on the stage.
No, the WNBA needs to be glad
that she's in the league.
They had Caitlin Clark because when she got in the league, the whole viewership went up, attendance went up, and look, we know why.
Yeah.
But hey, it's business. And then there was some like Elisa Thomas. Wasn't she the one that tried to take? She tried to take out Angel Reese last year, right?
Reese,
Poor Angel. But you know what? She'll find her way. She'll find her way.
Outside of basketball, Angel is she is beautiful.
Yeah. But and I think part of it is, attention is attention. If you bring attention to my brand. But the thing that I love about Asia Wilson is she's so serious. And I like that about her. It's about the business. I wasn't a big Chelsea Gray fan when she was with the Spark, but her game it's next level. Her ability to see the floor, her passing. And I think that's what it's really going to come down to, that you have just a little bit more experience on that Aces team that they just don't have. I mean, Lisa Thomas has been to some finals, but she's never won it, where you have some folks there who have won it. And I just think, winning is a mindset, that every time you come on the floor, you got to believe you're going to win. If now belief is different than a fact, but you gotta, that was our whole, when we did our little championship run, and the coach said you gotta believe, because now it comes down to, with everything, all your preparation, everything that you do, now you just gotta believe that that you can do it. I am watching Reasonable Doubt. I don't know if anybody's watched that on Hulu. I love that. I'm hoping on my bucket list of people to get interviewed, I'll get a chance to interview Clifton Powell. He's played so many roles that I just love, from Pinky. Yeah.
Say something.
What was it? What was the movie with Lorenz Tate? And
Menace?
No.
Menace,
They robbed the
Liquor store?
reserve. No, the reserve.
Oh, money. Money.
Dead Presidents.
Dead Presidents. Yeah.
And he played the lollipop pimp.
Yeah.
Clifton. And like I said, man, he really became my guy in Saints and Sinners, because any man that can burn down a church twice, he's high in my book. Donnie McClurkin is on. I don't know if he's on. I guess he's retiring.
Is he?
That sounds
From
like
pastoring?
it. Not. I don't know. I think from touring and. And I have to go back and watch that TBN interview that he did. He was pretty open. He's been real. There are people now. One of the reasons why they should have disinvited him for singing at a rally they were having in North Carolina for Obama, and gay people, the LGBTQ community has a problem with folks who are gay, and saying that it might have been something else as opposed to genetically where you are. And I never got it with finish this with Meech when he asked me, do I believe that in men and women that male? Of course I do. It's obvious, that men are, men cannot carry children, right? Women do. So that's the female of a species, that's the male of a species. But I say it a lot, and I would just suggest people, you Google what you want to Google. You can Google this. Just Google the sexual spectrum, because there's some other things that are going on there. For the most part, most human beings are heterosexual. They're right there in the middle of that spectrum. But on the sexual spectrum, you have this extreme and that extreme, and then you have to account for the science involved. We're not having a discussion around, and that's by design, the biology and the physiology and the psychology that's in play with a person who might want to transition from one sex to another. We're not having that conversation. We've already operate from a moral perspective. We have so overly moralized sex, but as much as we moralize sex, it has not stopped people from having sex. As a matter of fact, you create something called forbidden fruit. And when you create forbidden fruit, that only increases the desire. Tell me I can't have something, and now I just desire it more. So, yes, there is male and female, but then there are always exceptions to rules. There are aberrations to generally held concepts. And because it might be different than you, might be different than me. What I'm going to fall back on is I'm not going to look at the science. I'm going to go on my belief system. I heard someone talk about that they had sexual immorality in their family, and I thought, ooh, wow, what was that? And it was actually, talking about, I had to put it together based on the counseling they gave and the scriptures that they used, that it was a gay relative. And said, but boy, we don't have that same strong reaction about heterosexual immorality. And like I said, the first time I hear fire and brimstone sermon about divorce, it'll be the first time, because in all the years that I've been a Christian, I have not heard that sermon. And maybe there's some churches that, because I know the Catholic Church is adamant against divorce, but I'm just saying, I grew up in a Protestant. Now I heard about everything else. I heard about shacking up. I heard, and thank you, Michelle, for that scarlet letter moment. It is cruel to make any woman get up in front of the church and apologize for getting pregnant. It's cruel. And there's no way in the Bible that says that is something that we should do. And here's the flip side of that. Because she didn't get pregnant by herself.
Where's the dude?
Is the alleged father standing up, or the determined father standing up apologizing?
Don't it sound like the whole Bible days when they was trying to stone the woman and Jesus asked?
Yeah, I guess the question I've always asked in that particular story is, if she was caught in adultery, that means she wasn't by herself.
That part.
So where's the other person who's equally as culpable? Oh, it probably was a dude, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And that's Nathaniel Hawthorne's The Scarlet Letter, right? That's what it's about, where if you read that American short, it's about a woman who has a relationship with the village parson. She gets pregnant. They know she's pregnant. She has to wear that A, scarlet, red A on the front of her dress, saying she's an adulterer. But what did he have to wear? He didn't. So I'm mindful of that. All right. Let me thank Michelle Debo. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Jermaine, thank you.
Indeed,
Clark.
sir.
Hey, man. The winning team.
Yeah,
Let me thank Clark Kent, Michelle. Everybody's been part of the program. Certainly the folks who are still dropping off donations for the funeral. Let me thank you. Hey, good Lord willing, Creek don't rise. Hope to talk to everybody tomorrow. And I'm getting me a bologna sandwich today. I done talked it up. Don't it, man? I'm gonna fry it up.
With a little char on there.
Just a little char.
Just a little char.
Don't burn the whole thing up.
Right.
Just a little char.
There was some sandwich spread.
You doing with sandwich spread?
Oh boy.
Ooh, I think I'm gonna do mustard and
sandwich spread.
And mustard is make you slap somebody too.
Yeah. Oh man. All right.
Yeah.
Y'all go from this place in peace.
Clear.